Hey guys, welcome back for another episode. Today, this is the first of 3 videos, so I'm so excited. So, you guys please do me a favor, hit that like button, and if you guys have any comments, feel free to put down. So, on to the show. So, we're on to the last season of Black Mirror 5, and there was only 3 episodes. So, this review should be pretty quick. So to sum up that, let's go with the first episode. So the first episode going on, you had two college mates who basically they reconnect through a dinner party. They're like, hey, you still play video games, right? Like, yeah, I still play video games. So they go to start playing video games, and it's like their connection that they had in school. They got some sensational feeling where like they were basically starting to make love with each other. Now the thing was this, like outside of the game, I guess in some ways, I guess they were lacking some feelings, but the thing was like in the game, they were feeling something that was like it was a unique experience and it was different. They know something was different because the whole premise of it was they were hopping onto this game, and it was supposed to be a fighting type of game. So they were going to do their moves and everything else, and they're both on this type of VR. Well, the thing was, this VR basically allowed them to basically be able to make virtual or digital love. If you like, it was like a digital love type of stimulation that the mind could receive through the game, but it wasn't the same inside. Now, mind you, I mean, it was almost like they were kind of having like almost like a secret affair on the inside. But like as you see, like the other characters revolve around them, especially the one of the main characters guy, his wife, she was growing suspicious because she's like, what is going on? Why is he's like, why he's not making love to me? Why he's not feeling me and stuff? And she knew, like, in the back of her mind, something was going on. That episode, I think it was like a little bit longer than usual. Overall, it turned into a satisfying, happy type of ending. It was just, I didn't know, usually with games, there's like restrictions that doesn't, have them imply or in place. And in this game, I guess in the virtual sense of this, for this reality game that they were playing, it didn't have those restrictions in place to prevent something like that interaction happening. And then let's go to the second one. The second one, it was about like a rideshare driver who, he kept on trying to pick up people from the building that I guess like he had like some sort of association with, because I guess like he had an association working with that company, and he would like, I guess every person he was picking up, he was asking him a question: do you work for this company? And he only picks up, I think, like maybe like 2 people. The first person, it's like, oh, I just come in there just to visit, I don't even work there. But the second person he picks up, yes, he worked it for them. Dude, he literally his whole mood and thing changed, because he's like, okay, I gotta take this person down to where I need to take him to, down to this path, and then switch vehicles. And it led to a huge, like almost like hostage situation. And the whole thing was, he just wanted to talk to the man at top. It just seems like he just wanted to have, he wanted to get the founder a sense of, I guess, the damage that his platform has placed, like the emotional damage that I guess in some ways has placed it on him and the rest of his life, because of like the tragedy that's happened to him. The end result was like, he definitely got the guy's attention, And I mean, like, I think it was a really extreme way of getting someone's attention. You know, for the fact of the matter was, I just thought that was like, it was nuts that the character was really trying to he was really trying to convey his emotions about, you know, of having the app. You know, if he never had that app, if he was never distracted, you know, the tragedy would have happened that followed upon him and his past loved one, and then that transpired to lead him to doing this hostage takeover and trying to get the main guy. You know, I mean, in the end of that one, you know, they kind of leave you up to the society, but you know, I have a feeling you know, it wasn't good for. I mean, I guess he got what he deserved, and I imagine the person he took hostage was probably safe. It was the second one. The third one and last one was literally, it was about a girl who was growing up in a family. Her mom, you know, her mom wasn't there in the family during the time we were watching because she unfortunately passed away. So like the child was kind of more insecure. She didn't have really many friends at school, and even her and her sister had like an ordeal going on. So like it was almost like, so there were times with like they really weren't communicating with each other. They weren't being like, "Hey, let me help you. Let me not help you." And the thing is, I guess the one thing that kind of held up her self-esteem going on is the younger sister was literally following this pop star idol who was called Ashley O. And Ashley O was like, she was like, if you can believe in yourself, you can do it. And, you know, she was trying to be uplifting, positive, and, what the? And other shenanigans. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, so going on, something happens to Ashley O, and it devastates the younger sister. Now, before it devastates the younger sister, you know, the other thing that kind of like devastated her was like, she got this doll, and this doll was acting like a miniature Ashley O. And not only that, like, it asked her questions, it gave her basically kind of opinions of like what Ashley O would actually say. But, you know, things really turned for a loop once there was a limiter on the Ashley O doll. So, like, it couldn't say certain things, or it couldn't say, like, a lot of the main things that the real Ashley would actually say. And once that limiter was taken off, like, literally, it was like the kid gloves were taken off. And, like, literally, like, the foul language, how she truly felt about her aunt, and about just her career in general, how she really felt about it. And it was just, like, in some ways, like, it's like, wow, they could have added that feature. I mean, they kind of snuck that feature in there, but like, you know, because they took a whole analysis of her brain, so they kind of knew how she kind of carried herself, and they were able to place into a doll. It was crazy. And like the fact that they had to go on an adventure, and it was kind of cool that like the dad, he was in the whole exterminatory business, but he was kind of showing, I guess he had like this nifty idea trying to like show people how to catch, I guess, rodents more effectively, and he was still working on it. You know, it came in handy for the older daughter to kind of use in order to kind of disable some of the security guards. But I mean, it was just like just one whole long adventure to just go and save Ashley O from her corrupted business people she was basically working with, who basically were trying to just axe her completely out of the picture so they could basically make even more money. That's kind of what I gathered from this whole from that third season. especially from that third episode. And I mean, overall, I mean, I thought like this season it was a little bit. I felt like it was, it was going right back to like the first season. The first season had 3 episodes. The fifth season had only 3 episodes. So I'm not even sure if there's going to be even more going on. I did. I think for the most part, I mean, like on the whole series in total, I thought it was pretty good. I mean, I just don't think I've ever seen any show that was like similar like this, where like every episode was something else different, new, different situation. And a lot of times, majority of the episodes were dealing with something that was technology related. And, I almost asking yourself, is this really okay to be doing this to people? And I feel like in some of those episodes, no, it wasn't. And in other episodes, yeah, I think it is, because you kind of give people more happiness. The grading on this episode is probably going to be, I'm gonna have to say it's gonna be like a B. Yeah, it's gonna be a B. So this is the first one of the 3. I will be seeing you guys on the next one if you watch it. Until then, pow.